morning, this is Trie, and this is Morning Mind Dump. Good morning. Today's episode is about gratitude. I've been through some tough times, and I've had to be resilient and keep a positive outlook despite my challenges. You know, sometimes we forget to appreciate what we have, especially when comparing ourselves to others. It's important to have a perspective on gratitude and trust in the universe or God or whoever you believe in is gonna provide for you what you need when you need it, you know. Everyone's struggles are valid, regardless of the amount of money that somebody has in their bank account. And so I want to encourage everybody to be supportive of everybody, and lift each other up, and recognize that each of us has blessings in our lives, and we need to have compassion for everyone who's facing any kind of hardship, which I don't know anybody that isn't, right? But I just feel like the world could use, I wish the world could be more empathetic and have more gratitude. Like, I've encountered situations where people express their financial difficulties and attempt to, like, connect with me, and, like, without realizing the full extent of my circumstances, which I don't complain about, right? I know that I'm choosing a path for me. This is my journey. So yeah, I might only have $6 in my bank account. I might have a couple dollars worth of change in my car. I don't beg for money. On occasion, my friends see me struggling, and if they have extra money, they might lend it or give it, depending on the circumstances. It's not always a handout. And right now, you know, I'm extremely grateful because my whole life I've worked so hard at jobs that, like, I've had a lot of jobs, but then I've been very loyal, and I stick it out, and I still work hard, but I stayed at jobs a little too long, and yeah, it made me sour, because most people, they feel like they're not getting paid the job that they're doing. And it's kind of funny. This is funny. I remember there was a situation when I was working at Walmart, and I was training a younger person to stock the shelves, and lifting boxes, I'm going fast, you know, they gave us like these huge pallets to break down, and we had to get them done in a certain time. And actually, that was like a challenge for me, right? So I'd be like going by, woo woo woo, right? Fast, fast, fast. Was I getting paid how I was working? No, but that was not what I was looking at. I knew that there was a job to be done. I was hired to do a job, and that was the pay. So I'm teaching this person, and they're like, whoa, whoa, slow it down, slow it down. Because I'm making them look bad, right? Because they felt by working less, not harder, they were giving what they thought they deserved, right? I just can't see it that way. I just can't see it that way. But anyway, I just thought it's funny how people perceive things. And in all these episodes, you'll hear me say that a lot about perception, because perception was, I try to choose a word a year, and I kind of focus on it, and it always comes up, and I think about that word and what it means, and how it can better my life. But so perception of things is, I know people have perception of me right now because I am goal oriented on doing what I love and what I believe is my purpose. I don't have a lot of money. I have very little money. The littlest money I've ever had in my whole life. Even when I was with my mom on welfare. Like, I'm not getting checks from the government. I did finally apply for food stamps, again, because I need to eat, and the programs are there to be utilized, and but yeah, like having very little money to my name, and mostly living out of my car, and solely relying on selling my art to get by. But through all that, I've learned to just trust the universe and appreciate the smallest blessings, and our society, like, we always want more. We some of us were grown up that, like, you had to have a house and a car and the kids and the dogs and, vacation homes and, big, more, stuff. And, I've been trained since COVID and my divorce that they're just things. Like, before I got divorced, I kind of, like, was in the beginning stages, and I would, like, pare down my things, and but when I left, I had 50 years of stuff that just accumulated, and I would have boxes of things, and just bring them from place to place, right? And I moved a lot. I always moved a lot because I am a Sagittarius, and yeah, we like to travel. We don't like to be stuck in one place. I'm always feeling antsy, which is another reason why I wanted to live mobile. You know, not having the 9 to 5 job, I don't need to pay, $1,500 for rent. So that's a sacrifice that I wanna take, because for me, living minimalist, allows me more freedom. Without all that stuff and things that you have to pay for, I just need me. I need a working vehicle, my art, my clothes, and food. And I'm grateful every morning when I wake up. I am staying with a friend right now, and I'm truly grateful. I still have stuff that I need to pare down, which is allowing me a place to do that. But it just, it strikes me both amusing and poignant that the contrast between complaining about having too little while somebody else might have even less. It's just a reminder to practice gratitude for what we have, and we need to consider others' feelings when we're voicing our own struggles, right? I've had people complain to me. It's like, oh, I gotta pay thousands of dollars for a lawyer. Yet this person has like 3 cars and 6-room house, whatever. I don't know. I think I'm exaggerating, but where I'm going is, when somebody has a lot of things in their life, and you're struggling, and you're like complaining, oh, I gotta pay for this, I gotta pay for that. I guess maybe look at what you have for your assets and what you could get rid of, so that you can pay for that and you're not struggling. Like, that's your own stress, I guess, is what I'm going at. Like, yeah, I guess that's the beauty of having stuff, is that when you need money, you have something to sell, right? You always have this stuff to sell that you could get rid of, to pay for the stuff that you really need if you're struggling. I've been doing that pretty much since I got a divorce. It's been almost 4 years, and it was just after COVID, so I didn't have a job. I didn't have a savings. I left my divorce with nothing, and I had to start over from scratch. Going through something like that really puts things into perspective. So I, yeah, I took all my stuff. I sold what I could. I gave a lot of stuff away. Stuff probably people didn't really need, but they're like, oh, yeah, I'll take that, because everybody likes more stuff. Which kind of it was good for my benefit. I mean, like, yeah, I wish I got money for it, but now they have it. Sometimes I regret giving certain stuff away, but again, it just reminds me that it's just stuff, and yeah, just having gratitude for what I do have after I got rid of all my stuff. It's not easy purging, especially all that stuff that you think holds memories and yeah, I probably should reword that, because like sometimes stuff it brings back a memory. So I'm not saying get rid of all your stuff, but it really has to like mean something. But I guess really this podcast today is about, like, I'm hoping that people approach conversations with empathy and compassion, and acknowledge our own challenges, as we also can recognize like the humanity in others. We can create a community that's built on support and understanding and gratitude for blessings, big or small, and that we all share. Like, again, I don't make myself out to be a better person because I don't like stuff. But like with more stuff, it seems like there's more anxieties, right? Because you're like, how am I gonna pay for all this stuff? Having very little, my life is much calmer. I struggle, I stress about money. I've been really trying not to stress about it and have more trust. And it really actually does work. But it takes practice. It's not going to happen overnight when you start doing this and purging and I know some people right now that are like moving, and my friend was like, how do I do this? Like, you just gotta take your time, look at these items, and Also, I've had a lot of. Now I'm going off, but it's okay because this is mine and mind dump, and I can say whatever I want, and I can go wherever I want with these topics, right? And this will happen a lot. I'll keep jumping into a different topic, but that's okay. But like purging your things. I've also had to purge somebody else's things when my mom passed away, and that was harder than trying to purge my own things, because at least I could decipher what was important and what wasn't. How do you decipher somebody else's things that they've collected, right? It was hard. It was hard, but I didn't have a house. I didn't have an apartment I could bring my mother's things to. I had 2 weeks to get her stuff out of her apartment, and I went through it, and I took a couple items that, reminded me of her, small items, and the rest I gave away or it went to the trash. And that's the sad truth. So, this is my PSA part of the podcast where I recommend that everybody go through their stuff and purge frequently so that your loved ones don't have to decipher what's important and what isn't of your things. Not a lot of people think about that, but it is something good to think about when, like, we all should have wills made up, which reminds me I really probably should, but I really don't have much stuff now anyway, but still having a will. But yeah, along with that, you need to think about anything can happen to you at any time, and purging your things, purging in general is actually really good. Might do another podcast about that, because you don't have to just purge things. You can purge, friends. You can purge thoughts. We'll go into that. But anyway, if you're here still, this is probably longer than I want to do, but I did I did veer off a little bit. I hope you get my point when I'm trying to share about just be grateful. Be grateful what you have. Be grateful for what you have. Be mindful of other people's situations when you're complaining about your overwhelmed financial stresses. A tip is, if you are doing that, to maybe pare down your things, sell some things so you can get money to pay for those things that you're feeling overwhelmed with. And just have gratitude every day for what you have and not what you don't have. And on that, I will end this podcast. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you've gotten something from this. I love you. Big hugs. Take care.